While we have a moment, let's send you down now to Whit Watson.
Well, Brian, thank you. Brad's agent is Mark Iacono, who was with us at the interview set, and we wanted to talk a little bit about the business side of what Q School can mean for the 25 or more who get their cards. We talk a lot about the golf side of it, but immediately, what's the immediate financial impact for a player that gets through Q School, Mark?
Well, I think the easy answer is it depends on the player and his pedigree, but I think a conservative estimate for a player going to the tour versus the nationwide tour can easily range in the $250,000 to $500,000 range, just depending on equipment contracts and non-golf related contracts that they'd be able to acquire versus being on the nationwide tour or the other mini tour. So it is quite substantial, even for those just getting a fresh start out on the tour.
And what typically would be the first deal, if you will, that would be consummated after a guy graduates from Q School?
Well, I think the first deal you're usually looking at is the equipment companies. Obviously, that's the most important. They're going to be turning around and getting their season started pretty quickly, especially on the West Coast. A lot of these guys will be getting into tournaments like the Bob Hope in Hawaii. So they really need to button those down because that's the tools of the trade, so to speak. So that's going to be the most important. And then the non-golf contracts, they can kind of develop throughout the year. You look at someone like Keegan Bradley last year as a good example. He signed a deal with Putnam as the year progressed. So those can turn up much further down the road.
Mark, a former Golf Channel employee and now back in the business as an agent. Thanks for giving us that perspective. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much.
Let's go to 18.
And Sangbun Bay for birdie. Good to see Mark made something of himself.